So I realized the other day that with the Switch 2 coming out and all the games coming out, I covered my thoughts on the Switch 2 when it came out initially, but I have failed to talk about the games that have come out and my thoughts about them, what I think are the best games, maybe some of the hidden gems, some of the ones that came out and I think were a little bit underwhelming. So I thought today would be a great opportunity to talk about all the Switch 2 games that I've played so far. I have a Switch addiction. And we're going to put them on a tier list, because I love tier lists because it gets us to talk about all different games and see where we put them. And we can talk about our differing opinions and learn from each other and have a fruitful conversation. So below here, I have all of the Switch 2 games that I've purchased. Some are digital, some are physical, some are game key cards. You gotta love those. But these are all the ones that I've gotten so far. So we'll talk about each one a little bit, and we'll see where I put them on the tier list. I just realized I don't have an F or a garbage. I'll be right back. Okay, now we have our F tier, and we have our hot trash tier. Hopefully nothing will go there. We'll see. So I think I put these in alphabetical order. There are some that I haven't played yet. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about those, but these are the ones that I've played. So we'll talk about each of them a little bit. The first is Bravely Default. So Bravely Default, the original, was on the 3DS. I never played that one, but I do have Bravely Default 2 for the Nintendo Switch. And I liked that one a lot, but it got a little boring after a while, and I wasn't a big fan of the job system. So this one, I love the way it looks, and it's a shame because I always dig like the art style for these games and the feeling of them, and I love the way that the world looks. But just the gameplay kind of loses me after a while just because I'm not a huge fan of turn-based. But I know it's a good game. So I think Bravely Default I would put on a C. And unfortunately, that one is a game key card. This one says right here it's 11 gigs. That's not too bad. So it's going to take up 11 gigs of your internal storage. Next one, we have Cyberpunk. I never played Cyberpunk because, believe it or not, I was waiting for a Switch version just because I thought an open world kind of Cyberpunk game like this would be really fun to play on a portable system. So when they announced that this one was coming to Switch 2, I was all over it. This one's one of the only games that's complete on cart, so you want to support that too. This one supports mouse mode, which is really cool. So you can play it just like you would a FPS on a computer. It's really, really neat. I love it. It runs really well on Switch. It's like the graphical showpiece and the technical showpiece for Switch 2. Like if you want to see what your Switch 2 can do, you want to put Cyberpunk in there. But I haven't it hasn't sunken its teeth into me really too much. I really like it. I like the world setting. I love the controls. But it just hasn't sucked me in yet. So I know I'm going to play through the whole thing, and I know I'm going to enjoy it, but it just hasn't yet. So I'm going to put it on a B for right now. But I love that it's all on cart, and it's great that a big, ambitious game like that can be on a portable system like the Switch 2. So gotta love it. All right, next one's the big one. This one just came out, Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is the one that, everyone's playing right now. I picked it up day one because I was very excited. This was, I kind of feel like this should have been the launch game, to be honest. I know why they made Mario Kart World the launch game. It makes sense. They sold a bajillion copies of Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U and the Switch, so I know why they went that route. But I don't know. I feel like this should have been like the actual launch game. The thing I love about the game the most is almost a detriment to me. Whenever I load into a new world in this game and they ask me to go help, some monkey or some animal somewhere, I just instantly ignore what they're asking me to do and just start punching mountains. That's all I do. I just start saying, how much of this world can I clear out and destruct? And I'll do that for hours, and I just get totally sidetracked. And I'm like, wait, what was I supposed to do? So I love that it's so destructible. So many games nowadays, the world looks really interesting, but you can't really interact with it very much. I love that this game is filled with interaction, especially for a Nintendo game platformer. I would have never thought they would have had a game like this with such robust destruction elements, which is really cool. It also has skill trees. Like, what? A Nintendo first-party game with a skill tree? So you can, destroy the bananas and get more skill points to level up Donkey Kong. I really love it. The music's fantastic. I love the art style. I love the bright colors. Love so much about this game. But I actually, I kind of wish that the missions would be a little bit more interesting to keep me involved. I have not gotten through the whole game yet, obviously, because I've just been taking so much time punching everything. But I would actually put this on the A tier, because it is really, really good. I like it a lot. I think it's better than Mario Odyssey, and it's not even a question. I know it's made by the same team. I'm already having tons more fun than I did with that game. So bravo to the Mario Odyssey team. They did a just phenomenal job with Donkey Kong Bonanza. If you have a Switch 2, you definitely need to pick that game up. All right, next is Fast Fusion. This is made by Shinin. They have a reputation of putting out really high-quality racing games when Nintendo consoles launch. The nice thing is that they always launch them on the eShop for a very small price. So Fast Fusion is actually only $15. It's a really fast, just excellent racing game. Shows the power of the Switch 2. Things are just going by you at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It just looks fantastic. I wish it had online multiplayer. I know that's a lot to ask for a $14.99 game, but that would have just made the package so complete. So I do like this game a lot, and for $14.99, you can't go wrong. So I'm going to give this a B. It is a really, really good game. All right, Fantasy Life. I played the original Fantasy Life on the 3DS, and mainly because I just love Level 5. Anything that Level 5 touches, I try to support because I think their games are just really cool. I didn't really get too into the 3DS game. It's like, oh, you can be like a painter or this or that, but like all the mini games like aren't very fun, and you're doing them over and over and over and over again. And the thing that kind of kills it with me with these games is like the combat's not very robust. So I don't know. I originally bought Fantasy Life for Switch because the Switch 2 hadn't come out yet. And then for some reason they charge like $2 for you to upgrade it to the Switch 2 version. I would highly recommend it. It does run a lot better. It's a lot smoother. The frame rate's a lot better. And resolution's great. But I'm having the same problems with this one than I did with the 3DS one. Like the mini games just aren't a lot of fun. And you're kind of just, everyone's just telling you just to like do every job. So you're kind of doing everything, but the combat's not too fun. Like it's a good game, and I know why people are liking it, but I'm just not getting as into it as a lot of other people are. I wish I would. Because I love Level 5, and I love the idea of the game, but the actual gameplay is just not engaging enough to keep me going. So I don't want to give it a C. I'll give it a low B. I'd rather play it over Bravely Default, but yeah, it's just missing something for me. All right, Hogwarts Legacy. I had Hogwarts Legacy for the Switch. I bought it used for like $20 to $30, something like that. And then when I got the Switch 2, I heard that there was an upgrade path. Bravo for that. That's awesome. And it was only $10. So it was super cool. I put my Hogwarts Legacy cartridge in, and it said, would you like to upgrade to the Switch 2 version? And it took you to the store, and you paid $10. So yeah, it actually downloads the entirety of Hogwarts Legacy for Switch 2 onto your Switch. So you don't need the cart for the original Switch one anymore. It just becomes a digital game, which I'm not a fan of. I'd rather have the case, but it looks really, really good on Switch. One of the things that was the worst about playing Hogwarts Legacy on Switch was that every time you went from like a building to outside or one area to another, there was like a constant loading screen that was just really took you out of the experience. That's gone now, and the world just looks way better. It's totally worth the $10 upgrade. So if you do have the original Hogwarts Legacy for the original Switch, just pay $10 and get that Switch 2 upgrade. It's a great game. I still love it. I'm not a Harry Potter guy at all, but I absolutely adore this game. I'd actually put it probably on high B, just because I think it's really, really good. And just having it run better portably, that's always the main thing with me, is totally worth buying, I think, especially if you have the original already, because the upgrade path is so cheap. Okay, Mario Kart World. This was the big controversial game when they announced how much it was going to be. $80 for this thing, or $50 if you got it in the bundle. I'm going to come right out and say it. This game is not worth $80. no way. My kids and we played it for a couple days after I got the Switch 2, and we just bounced off of it. And the kids don't ask about it anymore. I actually forgot that I owned it when I was making when I was putting the games down here. I was like, oh yeah, Mario Kart World. I totally forgot about that. The open world is really boring. The challenges in the open world are usually just kind of one note, not very fun. My favorite part was the knockout mode, but I feel like they should have had that a long time ago. That could have just been a mode in Mario Kart 8, personally. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of the new mechanics, like the wall running and the going on the pipes and stuff. I don't know. I'm just not in love with it. It is a great game, but it's not really keeping our attention. So, I'd rather play. Where's it going to go? I'd rather play Fast Fusion, but it doesn't have online, so I'd put it above it for that. So I'll probably put it right here. Sorry, Mario Kart. I kind of feel like they could have made Donkey Kong Bonanza $80. I don't want to give them any ideas, but I definitely don't think Mario Kart World should have been the $80 game. They were trying to justify it the world's going to be so packed with things to do. Like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Donkey Kong Bonanza is packed with different gameplay mechanics and packed with different missions. Mario Kart World isn't. So I kind of feel like they could have flip-flopped it, but, I'm all about our games being cheaper, so I don't want to give Nintendo any ideas. Okay, next one is Raidu, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. This is a remaster of a PS2 game, Devil Summoner. I know it's in the Shin Megami Tensei series, which is usually a series that I avoid like the plague, just because it's very anime and very turn-based, and I'm not into that Persona stuff. But I saw that the combat is real-time. So you know me, that's all I had to see. So I saw that the combat was real-time, so I jumped into this game, and everything else other than the combat is just weighing it down for me big time. The combat is fun. You have these devils that you can summon to do things, but too much of the game is talking and revolving around using your demons to solve crimes and go into rooms undetected, and I could do without all that stuff. I kind of wish they would just take all that stuff out and they would just make it the combat. And the combat's not really as deep as I was hoping it was going to be, so I'm kind of disappointed about this one. So I'm probably going to put this one in D, just because I took a chance on it and I feel like it's not paying off for me. I'll keep trying to play it and go through it. Maybe it gets better, but for right now, I think that's where I have to stick it. All right, next one is Rune Factory Gardens of Azuma. This was the first Switch game that I got physically. I got the bundle, and this is the first one that I went out and found it at Target. I've been a Rune Factory fan for a long time, but they're always just kind of okay. The farming's always kind of the focus, and then the combat's always felt like an afterthought. It's flip-flopped in this one. This is an action RPG through and through. The combat's great. I really like it. It's really deep. The difficulty's just right. You can adjust it. The combat's awesome. And you've got 4 villages in which you can assign different villagers to do different tasks, like man stores, handle the farming, handle the mining, the fishing. So it's kind of all automated. And you can kind of do as much of it as you want. You can go around and water your crops, or you can have, Tony do it from the village or whatever. I absolutely love this game, and this might shock some of you, but I think this is the best Switch 2 game right now. So I want to put this on S tier. This is the one that I like the best, and the one that I've been having the most fun with. I'm going to keep going with Donkey Kong Bonanza, just because I know that game is going to be amazing the more time that I put into it. But I have put 25 hours into Rune Factory, and I absolutely love it. I feel like it's the hidden gem of the Switch 2 launch. If you have tried Rune Factory games before, or if you've been scared off by farming sims, give this one a try. If you like action combat and action RPGs, it's totally worth a look, and it's totally taken me by surprise, and I absolutely love it. Sonic Shadow Generations. This was the first game keycard I ever bought, unfortunately. And this is the one where I found out that there's literally no data on the game keycard. It's just a permission to download a file. And that is not cool with me. I actually have this game for Switch 1, and there's no upgrade path. So I hate that. Even though I like the game a lot and I love Sonic Generations, loved it on the 360, love having it on the Switch, and the Shadow stuff that they added is actually really good. I just hate that they didn't give us an upgrade path. Hogwarts, $10 to get up to the Switch 2 is great. They should have done the same thing for Sonic and Shadow. So even though I do love this game, I just hate how they handled it, so I'm going to give them an F. It's because we need our games on the cart, and if it is going to be a game key card, at least give us a way to upgrade it without having to rebuy the whole game over again. Speaking of having the whole game on the cart, the next one is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I was a huge fan of the Tony Hawk games growing up. I spent so much time playing 3 and 4. And when I heard they were coming out with a remastered version of these games, I got very excited. They've been one of my favorite series my entire life. I remember spending hours and hours and hours playing these games. Super, super stoked. I was going to go buy the game key card after I heard that it was not going to all be on cart. Then I found out that it's just a download code. So you're buying just a box with a download code. I'm not doing that. So I just downloaded it digitally. So I have this one digitally. It is really fun. I love going through the old levels and seeing the new remastered graphics. Although I kind of wish they had a option to do the old school graphics. I think that'd be really fun to kind of hit a button and go back and forth like they used to do with the Master Chief Halo original remaster that they did. You could go back between, the old graphics and the new graphics. That would make it really cool, and I would like that even more. But as it stands, they're still great games, and they run really well on the Switch too. So I'm going to give these a low A. Love these games. But again, we're just having it on the, having a code in the box, not cool with me. Last one is Yakuza 0. I played this game on PS4, and I've been a big fan of the Yakuza series ever since the PS2. The combat's always really fun. I love the quirkiness of it, the weird side quests that they have, and just kind of like the weird Japanese aesthetics that they have just adds a really cool tone to the game. However, I feel like once you play a couple of these games, you've kind of played them all. They're kind of always in the same area, and just the story changes, and I don't really care about that too much. But the combat's always really, really great. It's a really big download on Switch. Again, it's a game key card. This one's 47 gigs. That takes up a lot of your internal storage or your micro SD card, so be aware of that if you are going to play this one. But it is a great game, and the combat's really fun. I love really fast action RPG beat 'em up combat, and you definitely get that here. And if you like crime dramas and beat 'em up gameplay, it might be perfect for you. So this one's good. Let's see, I'll put this one I'll put it right here. I'd rather play it than Mario Kart. So there we go, guys. There's all my Switch 2 games that I've played so far. Let me know if you've played any others or what you think about my ranking. Would you move any of these around? I know I was harsh on Sonic Shadow, but it just makes me mad there's no upgrade path. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my 257 subs. We're on the road to 300. If you guys could like and subscribe the video, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I have a Switch addiction.